Good afternoon and welcome to the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, October 30th, 2025. It's approximately 1 p.m. We are here today for our weekly business meeting. Present in the hearing room are all commissioners. Mr. Scarborough, if you would, please proceed with today's docket.
Good afternoon, Chair Powers, Vice Chair Williams, and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the date of the next business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled Commission business meeting be set for Thursday, November 6, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m.
The next business meeting will be November 6, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Today we have 9 items on the utilities agenda and 4 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 is in docket number 2010-29C, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is notice of termination of the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Morris Communications, Incorporated.
As to item number 1, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the Commission accept for filing the notice of termination of interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Morris Communications, Incorporated. The clerk of the Commission is directed to remove the terminated agreement from the Commission's website, which only posts active agreements. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2010-31C, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is notice of termination of the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Total Communication Systems, Incorporated.
Item number 2, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the Commission accept for filing the notice of termination of interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Total Communication Systems, Incorporated. Clerk of the Commission is directed to remove the terminated agreement from the Commission's website, which only posts active agreements. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. Motion carries.
Item number 3 appears in docket number 2025-249C, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a motion for default judgment and an order revoking the certificates of certain telecommunication companies for failure to answer.
Item number 3, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Brett.
on August 18, 2025, ORS filed a petition for revocation of certificates of public convenience and necessity of certain telephone utilities. The petition requested the Commission revoke the CPCNs of telephone utilities that have failed to, number 1, submit their gross receipts report, 2024 annual telecommunications report or universal service fund contribution worksheet, and number 2, pay gross receipt fees. And there were 16 telephone utilities that were identified in petition A as being out of compliance. On October 8, 2025, ORS filed a motion for default judgment and an order revoking the CPCNs of the telephone utilities, identified in motion Exhibit A pursuant to the South Carolina Code Annotated Regs 103-829 and 103-8-830, and Rule 55 of the South Carolina Rules of Civil Procedure. According to ORS, out of the 16 telephone utilities initially identified by ORS, all but 5 have come into compliance and have been removed from the list. The remaining 5 respondents listed in Motion A, Exhibit A, remain out of compliance. I move that the Commission grant the motion of the Office of Regulatory Staff for default judgment and order revoking certificates of the 5 telephone utilities listed in Exhibit A dated October 8, 2025 for failure to answer. Revocation of the telephone utilities will dispose of the remaining carriers that were identified as being out of compliance in the petition to revoke certificates filed by ORS. I further move that the Commission cancel the hearing scheduled in docket number 2025-249-C. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Brett. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2025-294C, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a petition from MCI Metro Access Transmission Services Corporation, doing business as Verizon Access Transportation Services, for review of its application for numbering resources.
As to item number
Mr.
4, is
Chairman.
there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belson.
could we read that again? It's Verizon.
Should say transmission resources, not transportation resources. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, services, but anyway,
Thank-
and
Yes,
not resources.
Verizon Access Transmission Services.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belson. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission reverse the decision of the pooling administrator which denied the application of MCI Metro Access Transmission Services Corp., doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services, for one contiguous 400 block of telephone numbers in the Columbia, South Carolina Rate Center, and order that a 400 block be assigned to Verizon Access. MCI Metro Access Transmission Services Corp., doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services, has demonstrated a verifiable need for this block of consecutive direct inward dialing telephone numbers in the 803-434 number pooling administrator exchange in the Columbia, South Carolina Rate Center. This block of numbers is needed to provide services to a new 50-bed hospital and to meet the customer's internal dialing plan, which requires a contiguous range that does not start with a 9 or a 0. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2025-266E, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a request for approval of the First Amendment to the contract between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Constantia Blythewood LLC.
As to item number 5, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you. On September 8th, 2025, Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated filed the First Amendment to the electric service contract with Constantia Blythewood LLC for the provision of electric service to a facility located on North Point Boulevard in Blythewood, South Carolina. The First Amendment became effective on January 1st, 2025, and amended the contract between Dominion Energy South Carolina and Constantia that became effective on February 14th, 2018. According to Dominion Energy South Carolina, under the First Amendment, Dominion Energy South Carolina agrees to retire an amount certain of green attributes. In other words, renewable energy certificates, green tags, or any other environmental attributes in an applicable renewable energy registry. In exchange, Constantia will pay Dominion Energy South Carolina a per kilowatt hour charge for the green attributes pursuant to the Green Power Rider of Dominion Energy South Carolina for a minimum of 5-year term. The term exceeds that of the underlying contract. The contract will be automatically extended to run concurrently with the rider. Additionally, Constantia will pay Dominion Energy South Carolina any associated revenue-related taxes along with any tracking fees associated with retirement of the green attributes and the reasonable cost of purchasing green attributes in the market if necessary. The Office of Regulatory Staff reviewed the contract and related materials and does not object to the request of Dominion Energy South Carolina for approval of the First Amendment. I move that the Commission approve non-protunct the First Amendment to the contract for electric service between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Constantia Blythewood LLC. I further move that the Commission order that the right to review and make recommendations on the accounting and regulatory treatment associated with the First Amendment is reserved for the Office of Regulatory Staff in future rate proceedings of Dominion Energy South Carolina. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2025-276E, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a request from SR Cordova LLC to proceed with initial construction work pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110-7 on a solar facility in Orangeburg County.
As to item number 6, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
thank you. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110, subsection 7 vests the Commission with authority where justified by public convenience and necessity to grant permission to a person who's made application for a certificate under Section 58-33-120 to proceed with initial clearing, excavation, dredging, and construction, provided that in engaging in such clearing, excavation, dredging, or construction, the person shall proceed at his own risk, and such early action in advance of a determination shall not in any way indicate approval by the Commission of the proposed site. I move that pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110, subsection 7, the Commission grant the request of SR Cordova LLC to proceed with initial clearing, excavation, dredging, and construction as requested in the application. Cordova has executed a purchase power agreement with Central Electric Power Cooperative Incorporated, and under that PPA, Cordova will provide its energy to Central beginning no later than December 31, 2027. Cordova requests approval to begin initial construction work to ensure timely completion of this project. I move that the Commission find that initial construction work is justified by public convenience and necessity. However, and in accordance with South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110-7, Cordova is advised and cautioned that should Cordova proceed with initial clearing, excavation, dredging, or construction, that it does so and proceeds at its own risk. Further, this action by the Commission to grant the request for initial construction work in advance of a determination on the application does not in any way indicate approval by the Commission of the proposed site, project, or facility. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Belser, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number 2025-250E, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a request from David Freeman and Susan Pierce for the Commission to schedule a public hearing in this docket.
As to item number 7, is there a motion?
Chair Powell,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the Commission schedule a customer public hearing as soon as practicable regarding Duke Energy Carolina LLC's application for a certificate of environmental compatibility and public convenience and necessity for the construction and operation of a new combined cycle generating plant in Anderson County, South Carolina. I also move that the Commission instruct the Chief Clerk or her designee to consult with the parties to determine a suitable location for the public hearing. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2025-283WS, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a request for a waiver of hearing in this docket from South Carolina Water Utilities Incorporated, South Carolina Water Utilities-PUI Incorporated, South Carolina Water Utilities-PWR Incorporated, and Blue Granite Water Company.
As to item number 8, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Brett.
I move that the Commission decide at a date following the intervention deadline whether a waiver of hearing is appropriate in this proceeding. Consistent with that, I move that the Commission adopt the unopposed pre-filing deadlines for testimony due dates as follows. Direct testimony from ORS and all other parties, January 23rd, 2026. Rebuttal testimony of the joint applicants, February 20th, 2026. Rebuttal testimony of ORS and all other parties, March 13th, 2026. Hearing date, if needed, shall be April 6, 2026, and all testimony, including exhibits, if any, filed with the commission, and they must be verified. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Brett. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 9 appears in docket number 2025-253E, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. This is a request for the commission to hold a customer public hearing concerning this docket in Sumter County.
As to item number 9, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Vice Chair Williams.
I move that the commission schedule a customer public hearing in Sumter County as soon as practicable regarding the TOCE SC Solar One LLC's application for a certificate of environmental compatibility and public convenience and necessity for the construction and operation of a 170 megawatt solar facility in Sumter County, South Carolina. Further, I move that the commission instruct the chief clerk or her designee to consult with the parties to determine a suitable location for the public hearing. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion?
And Mr. Chair, I note I've heard the company or the applicant referred to as TOS. That may be the pronunciation, but just to be safe, I just read out the letters of the applicant's name, just in case there's any confusion.
All right, thank you very much, Vice Chair. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda. In Part A, there are 3 applications for new Class C certificates that the commission can address together. All commissioners are eligible to vote. Item A1 is in docket number 2025-287T. This is the application of Comfort Ride LLC for a Class C taxi certificate. Item A2 is in docket number 2025-290T, which is the application of Serenity Transportation Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item A3 is in docket number 2025-291T, which is the application of Pearl and Pearline Transportation LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
As to items A1 through A3 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates in agenda item numbers A1 through A3 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued in each docket granting the motor carrier's application.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, there is 1 request to reinstate a certificate, and all commissioners are eligible to vote. Item B1 appears in docket number 2004-30T, which is a request from BNT Transportation Service LLC to reinstate Class C non-emergency certificate number 7433.
As to item B1, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, as a result of unpaid vehicle registration fees, the Office of Regulatory Staff asked the Commission to revoke the Class C non-emergency number 7433 certificate of BNT Transportation Service, LLC. By order number 2025-472, the certificate of BNT Transportation Service, LLC was canceled on August 18th, 2025. On October 21st, 2025, BNT Transportation Service, LLC requested that the Commission reinstate its Class C non-emergency certificate number 7433. To receive its certificate, BNT Transportation Service, LLC must complete the certification process within 90 days by complying with the requirements of filing with the Office of Regulatory Staff with proof of appropriate insurance, the payment of license fees, and by providing other information as required. Otherwise, the order approving the recertification of their Class C non-emergency certificate number 7433 is null and void unless the motor carrier requests an extension of time from the commission before the 90 days expires. Subject to the completion of these requirements, I move that the commission grant the request of B&T Transportation Service, LLC. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scarborough, and all who joined us today. We are adjourned.